Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over the speed duel ban list, but also make sure to go check out Ready for Duel on Twitter if you want to get any of their updates, and then hopping right into the new speed duel ban list that will be updated on January 21st, 2023. So, hopping into the one-ofs, and also just to throw this out there, it says right here, the speed duel limited list works like the YuGiOh Duel Links forbidden and limited list, so like, if Jinzo's out one, and Zoma's out one, you can't play both of them in a deck. You can only play one of them, just like you can only play one hanger, one allure. You can play two allure, two hanger. So just throwing that out there, that doesn't work like a regular ban list. And then Jinzo is still at one, Rhoda's at one, Nightmare Wheel just got hit the one, and then Zoma's still at one. So the Nightmare Wheel is like the change. Nightmare Wheel is like the change there. So that card was pretty good. It was like, I don't know, it was getting pretty decent though with how the format was really moving and rotating, to be honest. So like that card being hit the one is like okay, like it's whatever. I don't think a lot of people were playing that card anyways. But it is good to see that hit down the one, because I think Zoma and Nightmare Wheel, both their times have passed. They were like really good like a year ago, and they just kind of deserve to like die off, and we get like new traps in the game. So that's cool. Then we got the skill card at 2, that's still at 2, Parasite at 2, Allure, this was already at 2, Foolish was at 1 and now is at 2, and then Hanger still at 2. So Foolish was at 1, now at 2, is the only difference on this. So, Foolish going from 1 to 2, it actually does change it a lot, because Foolish is actually worse now than when it was at 1, like, I don't know why. Okay, so like the hanger deck, right? Because you want to play this, you have to play both hanger, and now you can't play Foolish alongside of it. And Foolish helped you get to your X, because the Y and Z are both union monsters, but the X isn't. It's a normal monster, so you can't get it off hanger at all. You have to hard draw it or Foolish Burial send it, and now you can't even play Foolish. And they already hurt the skill card for the deck. The deck was already unplayable, to be honest, and then they were like, oh yeah, let's hit it more. So XYZ is just more dead than it was. Breaker at 3. That's already been at 3. Cyber Dragon got hit down to 3. So weird to say it got hit down to 3. But yeah, I got hit to 3. I think it is okay. A lot of people, with how they're playing the speed duel decks right now, they just play a lot of generic cards, and I think that's what speed duel doesn't want. I don't think they want a deck where you play like 3DD Warrior Lady, 3 Breaker, 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Book, 3 Cosmic, 3 Floodgate, like literally all these right here. You just throw some traps in there, and then, you got yourself a decent deck. You got a bunch of decent cards. You could probably beat most speed duel players with that. And they were like, you know what? No, we want people to try to build actual decks, or try a little bit harder with their deck building. So I can kind of respect that. DD Warriors still at 3, Book still at 3, Cosmic still at 3. Crystal Raigeki is at 3. I guess? I guess they wanted to hit, because Conclave is the better one. Conclave is better than Raigeki, 100%. Raigeki says you could send 1 Crystal Beast spell and trap from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to pop 1 card in the field. Conclave says if a Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can once per turn special summon a Crystal Beast from deck, and it's a continuous trap. Its other effect is you can send it to the graveyard, target 1 Crystal Beast card you control, spell or trap, or main monster zone, and 1 other card in the field, return them to the hand. So Conclave is like 30 times better than Raigeki. So I think they wanted to hit Raigeki to slightly hurt Crystal Beast, because a lot of people play like DD Warrior Lady in that deck, and I'm not sure if Book was played. I can't remember, but I know a lot of people played DD Warrior Lady in like everything. So now the Crystal Beast deck is hurt a tiny bit from that, which is okay. I actually think that's a good hit, to be honest. At first I was very confused, because I think Conclave is the better card, but I don't think you want to hit Crystal Beast that hard. I think you want to do the ever so smallest hit, to where like maybe you're making people take like 1 or 2 Crystal Raigekis out of their deck, and then DD Warrior Lady's less played, Breaker's less played. I think it's causing people to play a lot different cards, which is going to make a really different format, which is okay, because we had the same format in speed duels for a very long time. Like I played the same deck from December 2021 up until I think August of 2022. So I played the same deck for 9 months, and like it performed very well throughout those 9 months. The next card is Floodgate at 3. This card definitely needed to be hit to 3, or needed to be hit somehow. Honestly, probably needed to be hit down farther than this, but I'm happy it's at least at 3 because Floodgate Trap Hole is probably the most annoying trap card in Speed Duels because it just sets it forever. What are you supposed to do about it? And like, what's one of the outs to Floodgate? Cyber Dragon. Well, now Cyber Dragon's on this list, so now it's like, do you want to play Cyber Dragon in your deck as an out to Floodgate? Okay, but now how many Cyber Dragon are you going to play? Because you're going to have to cut your other just generic good cards. And it's like, okay, well, you know, maybe I don't want Cyber Dragon, but I want other outs to Floodgate. Maybe other people aren't going to play Floodgate as much now. But I don't know, it'll be very interesting to see how Speed Duel keeps going. I don't make a lot of content on Speed Duel because nobody ever really cares about it. To be honest, I'm only even dropping this ban list video because it's like the 4th video of the day, so like no one's going to complain about an extra video, but I also guarantee not a lot of people are going to watch this anyhow. I'm also going like really far in depth compared to my normal ban list videos because I don't think a lot of people know the Speed Duel ban list nor play the meta. The meta is very, 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 very bad right now, and I think this ban list actually has made it worse. I think the format has actually gotten worse from this ban list by so much, especially because DD Warrior Lady, Crystal Raigeki, Nightmare Wheel, these were like some of the outs to some of the whack decks, and like, I don't know, and I play the whack decks, but there's also a deck in Speed Duel that, I never mind. I think there's a deck in Speed Duel that's actually the best deck, and nobody has played it. Like, I actually have not seen a single person ever play that deck ever. I literally tried to look up deck list for it, couldn't. Looked on the Discord, couldn't. I don't think people have even, like, fathomed this idea yet, and I'm pretty sure that's the best deck. But I do want to try it with the new ban list, because I know there's a lot of people playing, like, Beatdown and stuff, and that can kind of hurt the deck that I want to play. But you can also just kind of build your deck to like beat that deck a little bit while still beating other decks. So I don't know. It's definitely worth trying out in the new format. But I'm pretty sure I got the goo. So January 21st, who knows? I don't know when the next giant card is going to be. But I'll probably bring my Speed Duel deck with me to some of the YCSs, and then, you know, if I scrub out, I'll have a giant card deck. So maybe I'll be able to do something about that. But I'm never going to post a list for that. That will never get posted. I will not share that with anybody because that deck is the absolute goo. Actually, maybe I will because I showed off my Moth deck right before like the ban list drop and killed the Moth deck. And nobody copied the list at all. And like, there were some things that were really bad about the list because I didn't have the new cards. But like, people played 2 giant Moth in their deck, which just never made sense. Like, if you ever want an argument for it, like, we can argue it, and I will find like 1 out of 10 scenarios where it'll actually come up, and then even then it won't come up that often. Like, I don't know, you could have just Parasite Summon Man-Eater Bug if you open the Moth and have to use the effect of Parasite the Tribute. But even then you probably don't have to do that. If you have to do that, you probably already misplayed, so you just have to play correctly the entire game, so that way your 1 brick is not as bad as a punish. And then why would you want to play 2 bricks instead of 1, especially in a format where you have 20 cards? And like, every draw is very, very important, especially when it's like pure card advantage. And if your opponent's playing an good card deck and you're playing a deck with 2 bricks and you happen to draw a brick, you are just simply behind, especially because their skill cards are probably putting them ahead of like quickly, while your skill card would have to wait. But I'm going to stop babbling on. This has been forever. With that being said, the DB Grinders signing off, or my bad, the Speed Duel Grinders signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.